started to take form of this kind of appearance. So we will have on one side we'll have a erosion. On one side we'll have a erosion, and yes, on the another side we will have what? Deposition. On the same set of slope. Here we will have a erosion, and here we will have a deposition. So when the water is moving through this curved shape, when the water is moving through this concave shape, as a result of this movement of water in this from this concave shape, on the first on the one end there will be erosion, and on the inner banks there will be a deposition. And if there is a deposition further, now as the here the erosion will be continuous, and as the deposition is taking place, now the course of river will be shifted. The course of river will be shifted in this way. Suppose here we'll have a erosion, so here we'll have a deposition. If this deposition is continuous here, then river will going to change its course. River will going to change its course. Okay, here let's say, suppose in this case we will have what? Erosion on this side, we will have what? Erosion on this side. And yes, because why there is a erosion on this side? Because the speed of water will be fast. Bernoulli, I hope you remember. So as per the Bernoulli, when the river, when the water is flowing in this way, so it will cause what? More erosion on this side. And similarly, the water which is moving on this particular outer banks, this water will have what? Slow speed. As there is a slow speed, there will be a deposition which will take place. If this deposition is continuous in this way, so the river which is here, this river will going to shift towards this side. As it is causing erosion, so now the course will be changed. Now if there is a continuous erosion and continuous deposition, so imagine the course is here in this way. So as a result of erosion on this side, here the course will widen, and here as there is a deposition, so river course will going to shift here. So now the river will going to change its way, change its path, and now it will going to move like this from this path. Okay, as there is a erosion, there is a further erosion. As there is a deposition here, there will be further deposition here. So the river which used to flow, the river which used to flow on this first course, now its course is changed. It is because of the deposition, the constant deposition, this channel will be blocked, and it is because of the constant erosion, this channel will be open. So now the river will flow through this second channel, and that's how the river will started to meander. River will started to take a snake kind of shape. Similar here, if you see this from this side, we will have an erosion. Why? Because velocity is more. Here the velocity is decreased, because here the water will have to travel, here the water will have to travel more distance, so velocity is greater as per the Bernoulli. Okay, that's it. As a result of this, there will be an erosion here, and it will getting more and more wider. Yes or no? And yes, here as the speed of water is slow, so here there will be a deposition, and as the deposition is taking place, what we can say that due to the deposition, now let's say this is the blocking of channel. Let's say this channel has blocked in this way. Now when this channel is blocked in this way, similarly here the new channel is formed, because the river is causing erosion. So here we have some sort of erosion, and as a result of this, now the water which used to flow, the water which used to flow in this way, now the water will going to flow from this way. Okay, water will going to flow, the water earlier the water used to flow in this way, now the water will going to flow from this way. So that's how there is a keep changing, the rivers will going to keep its course changing. Okay, and if you want to see the vertical one, it's because here we have this particular action, we will have a continuous erosion, and here we will have this particular aspect, deposition. So where the deposition are taking place, those will be called as slip off slope. Where the deposition is taking place, those will be called as slip off slopes. And here wherever you see the erosion, those will be called as strike slopes. Where the water is striking, strike slopes. So strike slopes and slip off slopes will be there. As a result of that, meandering will be there. And here now I hope you can relate it again, that whenever we have this deposition, suppose let's take a case of this one. So suppose this is the course. So I'm just highlighting it. This is the course 1. There is a erosion. As a result of erosion, now there will be a shifting of course in this way. So now let's say the course is changed. Here there is a deposition. As a result of deposition, let's say there is a blocking of course. Similarly, if there is a erosion, similarly here we have what? We will have a erosion here. So now the course which is here, I shown you at a 1. Now the course will going to change, and now the course will be like this. Now the course will be like this. And when the speed of water will going to take place here, that will be a permanent deposition, and we have an isolated loop of water body, and this isolated loop of water body is called as what? Oxbow Lake. This will be called as what? Oxbow Lake. Clear? And when we have a deposition in terms of, in this way, so that will be called as what? Pointed bars. The deposition which is taking place in this way, it will be called as what? Pointed bars. I hope there is a clarity with respect to the lateral erosion. It's because of the velocity, different velocity of water when it is moving in curved path. Okay, so we will have a formation of meanders in this way. Clear? Deposition, deposition, erosion, erosion, further extending, deposition, further extending. If it will go, if water is moving like here, so because of the erosion, the course will shift this side, and this deposition will shift this side. So the course of water which used to flow like this, now the water will flow like this. So the course is actually shifting, and this course is shifting because of this curved path. And when the water is moving in this curved path, that is being called as what? Meandering. River cliff. As a result of lateral erosion, the more lateral erosion, or let's say if we have this kind of aspect, slip of slope and strike slope, for example, so here we'll have what? Some set of, you can see here, some sort of cliff which is actually formed, that will be called as what? River cliff. That will be called as what? River cliff. So steep banks formed on the outer bend of meander, that will subjected to continuous erosion for sure because of the high velocity water, and this will lead to what? Move of material, and yes, we will have a formation of what? River cliffs in this way. So that's how the river cliffs are likely to form as a result of this. Now we are entering into the lower course. The water is entering into the lower course, old stage. And this old stage, why? Because we have a gentler slope. As a result of gentler slope, more gravity will be there, more deposition will take place. As a result of deposition, we will have a dominant process. We will have a very wider, smooth and gentle slope valleys, specifically because here we have a more lateral erosion. Here we have more lateral erosion, and here we have what? More deposition which will going to take place. In the lower stage, we will have a formation of floodplains. What are the floodplains? See, this is what the river channel, normal channel of river. During the floods, there will be excess water in the channel itself. When we have excess water in the channel, that is what we used to refer as flood, guys. And when we have some sort of lateral deposition, so as a result of lateral deposition, we will have a formation of natural embankment. This natural embankment is termed as what? Levees. This natural embankment is termed as what? Levees. So here we have a floodplains, and yes, with these floodplains, what we can say here, they are more prone to get flood. So when we have a river, lateral erosion will be there. So there will be a, the portion of floodplains which will be like underwater. So the portion or the land which is near to the river channel and it is prone to get flood during the monsoon season, specifically in India, those areas around to the channel will be called as floodplains. So floodplains will be waterlogged during the excess rainfall, and those areas are what? Floodplains specifically. So suppose in this case, when we have this particular flood which is actually taking place here, so when we have this flood which is taking place here, when we have a flood which is taking place here, so there will be a lateral erosion. First of all, as there is a lateral erosion, there will be a further widening, and yes, there is a flood. Flood is temporary when there is an excess of water. So as a result of this temporary action, there will be some sort of deposition, And when this deposition is taking place and the water is receding, this deposition is nothing but the levees.